Coming up, the Minnesota Timberwolves have fired President of Basketball Operations and head coach Tom Thibodeau. The Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets have one of the best and highest scoring overtimes of all time, and this year's Mid-Season Player Awards. All up next on Basketball Bros Weekly Newscast. Welcome to the next episode, actually the first episode of the Basketball Bros, the weekly review, and I just like to welcome everyone to the channel. So we're just beginning off, and I'm super excited to start working with Roman Syra, who is sick, so I'm filling in for him. Normally you're going to see me behind the camera, hence why I look like shit, but those plans fell through, so I'm excited to start working with him once he gets back on his feet. First, we'll start off by talking about Tom Thibodeau's departure from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sunday, it was announced that the Minnesota Timberwolves have fired head coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau, an action that has devolved into way too many storylines to talk about in just this video. His tenure with the Timberwolves has been disappointing to say the least. He was supposed to turn them into contenders, but so far has only led them to the 8th seed last year, in which they lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Rockets. Currently, the Timberwolves are sitting 11th in the West behind the Kings. We're going to have to see how Minnesota will be going forward, but so far, it looks like the season's going to be a disappointment. Well guys, you knew this was coming. The overtime thriller at Golden State that was highlighted by a very badly missed call, and James Harden being as dominant as ever. A high-scoring fourth quarter set up one of the highest-scoring overtimes in NBA history. The game was capped off by a James Harden 3 and a Kevin Durant missed game-winning shot, which is always great to see.
Let's get into our top 5 plays. Here we have number 5. We have a pass to Hutchinson, who goes up for the shot, and it is swatted by Jarrett Allen. Get that out of here. Number 4. Middleton up top. Pass to Bledsoe, who torches the defense and slams it down hard. The offense is nowhere in sight. Number 3. Collins tries to save it, but Jones gets it. Pass to Wade. The lob back to Jones. Oh my! What a slam by Derrick Jones Jr. Look at that. Let's get that on replay. Absolutely flushed. Number 2. Doncic with the crossover. Fires a deep 3. Banks it off the glass at the last second to end the half. What a shot. And finally, our number 1 play of the week. Oladipo up top. He fires a deep 3, and it's off the glass and in. Pacers take the 3-point lead in overtime with 3:10 left. What a shot, man.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here with my co-host Ryan Louise, and we're going to be continuing this. This is a little awkward because we had to switch venues, but everything's all right, and we're going to begin it soon, like right now. Our first trade of the day comes from Chicago, where the Bulls traded away Justin Holiday for Wayne Selden and Marshawn Brooks. Brooks was later waived a few days later. Our next trade comes from the Rockets, who traded away Michael Carter-Williams to the Bulls, who promptly cut him.
Personally, these trades affect few items across the board. The Rockets rid themselves of a bad contract, and the Grizzlies might be slightly better off with the addition of Holiday to the team, but their chances are still slim.
Very true, Ryan. On to our next part. segment we talk about players who went above and beyond this week, and for this week it's going to be James Harden. So let's get right into it. James Harden this week had an average of about 38 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds a game, which was against some of the greatest teams in his league, including Denver and the Golden State Warriors. Overall, James Harden's had an amazing season, and we're excited to see what comes from him next. So stay tuned and make sure to cast your All-Star votes if he's one of your favorite players. In other news, the All-Star Game is coming up, so make sure to cast your votes for Lonzo Ball and the rest of the Bucks starting lineup. And anyone else you feel who deserves it. James Harden had a pretty great week, so definitely for sure. Ryan, who are you going to vote for?
I'm definitely going to vote for Kyle Kuzma. He is my all-time favorite player on the Lakers.
Definitely. Kuzma's a very great player. On to the next section. Finally, to cap off this show, we present you with this year's MidSeason Awards. The award for the most disappointing team so far goes to the Wizards. The Wizards have been in the playoffs for the last 3 years and were 1 game away from being conference champs.
They kept their young core intact rather than improving. However, they have been getting progressively worse over the years. Some may call it fatigue. I just call it horrible management. Our next award goes to the Nuggets for the most surprising team.
For sure, Ryan. The Nuggets have been so close to making the playoffs 2 years prior. However, time and time again, they fall short. But now they're currently #1 in one of the most loaded Western Conferences ever. Led by Nikola Jokic, this team has gone from 0 to hero in just a few years. The next award goes to Rookie of the Midseason.
This award goes to Luka Doncic. There's no doubt in my mind that Luka will win Rookie of the Year when the time comes. His performance has doubled the expectations set early on for him. There's many doubters, including myself, but he has proven that he is phenomenal in the game of basketball and that he deserves our Rookie of the Midseason award.
Our final award goes to Giannis the Greek Freak Antetokounmpo for Midseason MVP. Giannis is currently one of the greatest players on the second best team in the league. Some talk about how Kawhi Leonard is one of the most complete people in that league, but Giannis has one of the best playmaking we've ever seen. It hardly compares to Leonard's. And not to mention that he didn't stab his team in the back.
Well, congratulations, Giannis. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Hit that bell to not miss any more videos.
This has been Andrew Schmitz and Ryan Louis reporting for Baseball Bros. We'll see you next week.